What's up, guys? God damn it. All right, so today what we're gonna do, we are going to interview a quant. Now, what is a quant? A quant is usually called a quantitative researcher or a quantitative analyst. What they do is they work for hedge funds. I think what they do is they use mathematical models, statistics, all these rigorous tools to try to predict the market or try to, think about good investment strategies for hedge fund to make tons and tons of money. And why do I want to interview a quant is because it is the highest paying job. Like if you come out of college and you go straight to a quant, you can get up to like starting salary like $200,000. And also that's not even what's most appealing about it. It's the bonuses. Now the bonuses, they can go up to like $500,000. It's not a surprise that after you work there for 4 years, you might get a total compensation of $1 million a year. So we are going to interview a quant, and also this is a little bit special because this quant is my brother. So yeah, hope you enjoy the interview. Welcome to the Joma Show. It's not called Joma Show anymore because now I'm doing vlogs, but I know it hasn't been a while since I've done an interview. And today we have a special guest, David Ma. So he is a special person, highly requested, because he used to work as a quant at 2 Sigma. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That is cool. So little intro questions that I usually ask all my viewers. So, Mac or PC?
Mac.
Easy. iPhone or Android?
iPhone. I'm a fanboy.
You're a fanboy.
Yep.
See, favorite language?
Spanish?
Spanish?
Yeah. It sounds really nice.
Favorite programming language?
Oh, I see.
Wait, did you actually think?
No, just kidding.
Because people always make that mistake. I'm like, oh my
Favorite
god.
language? I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I use Java now.
I like that
It's
answer.
nice.
Oh, you actually use Java?
Yep.
Wow, like on your startup?
Yeah.
We'll talk about this later. What about favorite editor?
Microsoft Word. Also ambiguous because the IDEs aren't really nice now these days.
Right.
But I used to use Vim otherwise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, I used Vim because of you.
Yeah.
Because you made me
I told
start.
you, like,
and you
gotta suck it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Learn that shit.
Learn all these commands and stuff. But yeah, I remember you started Vim because you worked at Facebook, right? And they made you.
No. Vim was first year university.
SSH.
Like I had to use something, and then Vim was one of the choices, and like people
I see.
said it was good. But then I really got good at Facebook because like that was pretty much one of the only choices.
Oh wait, I got one more. User submitted. Tabs or spaces?
Obviously, spaces.
Wait, you press space, or you mean like you tab, but then they become spaces?
Yeah, auto space.
Yeah. That's a big differentiator. Yeah. All right, cool. So I heard you are a quantitative researcher.
That is correct.
Yeah. So wait, where'd you work again?
2 Sigma.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, you're a bad brother.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So okay, what is 2 Sigma exactly?
2 Sigma is a quantitative hedge fund. They use mathematics, statistics, computer science to make money on the stock markets, on various financial markets.
Cool. And then as a quant, what do you do?
There's different types of quants. The stuff that I did was to predict the movements of stock prices.
Okay.
And through statistics.
I see. So basically you do a lot of like forecasting.
Forecasting, yeah, that's a good word.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So you're trying to predict movements, and then you're gonna bet on that and stuff like that.
That's right.
And then you probably have like a lot of different. What else do you have to do? Do you have to, like I heard a lot of them. The term, what is it? Alpha? What does that mean?
Yeah. So alpha is just a term to signify that you're able to predict the market better than the average person on the market.
Oh, got it. Okay. So higher the alpha.
Yeah,
is better.
the higher the alpha, the better.
Okay. Okay, seems pretty simple. Just a quick question. How much stats background or math background do you need to be successful as a quant? Because is it like, do you have to be genius? Did you do competitions?
Definitely not. It's good to have a solid understanding, like a basic understanding of statistics to not make the worst mistakes.
Got it.
Like personally, I took third and fourth year stats at Waterloo, which is not it's not graduate level or anything like that. But basically, the most important things I think is to have creativity and to think critically about your data and like about the process where that data was generated. I think that's much more important than like the actual statistics.
All right. So when you mean creativity, what do you mean? The reason why I ask is because I would think I need creativity as a data scientist, but also because I think I'm a lot less technical than you in terms of like stats knowledge, because a lot of the times I'm just like, all right, let's just average these things up and then let's just take that variance, even if they're like correlated. But what's creativity for you?
So I mean, just talking about those kind of stats, like that's actually kind of enough as long as you're aware of where your biases are.
Right.
Your effects are so much larger than whatever bias. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like that's a good case. But like, when you're trying to find like tiny differences, then sure it'll matter. But hopefully that's not the case because you want to find a lot of alpha.
Right.
And that's where the creativity comes in. You want to find things that other people have not thought of. Maybe like, oh, let's use satellite imagery to look at how full wells are in order to predict some commodity prices and stuff like that. That was creative.
Yeah.
At some point, it became not creative because
everyone knew about it.
Yeah.
Got it. So are you saying that like strategies, like for hedge funds, if you're the only one doing it, you might be profitable. But if everyone starts doing it,
that's correct.
It becomes less profitable.
That's called crowdedness.
Interesting. So I heard, especially from friends at Citadel, that they work super long hours. It's hard. And then a lot of the times when I ask software engineers if they would like to switch to finance, because they know that finance, they pay a lot, but then they always come with the excuse saying, yeah, but I don't want that like crazy work hours. So is it true? Like, do you work long hours?
It depends on personally at Two Sigma, it was not that long. I think I averaged 10 hours.
10 hours
a day.
Okay.
And it's not like, it's not 10 hours of like intense, you have to be always on. Like, first of all, that was research. That's what I did. Software engineering is probably even less hours at Two Sigma. The culture at Two Sigma was like somewhat of a balanced culture between life and work. So they wanted people that would come in and not, have a good life, not leave too soon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It might be true in other companies. But Two Sigma was pretty balanced. Yeah.
Do you have any friends who came from Silicon Valley, then worked at finance, or worked at finance, then Silicon Valley? And how do you know how they compare? Like,
I think it was pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, the things that you're working on was pretty different. But like, Two Sigma tried to make a Silicon Valley style culture.
So you think it's the same for like Citadel and like other finance companies?
It's hard to know. I mean, I've never been there.
Okay.
They are competitors. They work. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So let's talk about your background. So how did you get into Quant? Like, first, how did you discover it, and what do you think like your background should be to be to get an interview at least?
I think the first time that I heard about like quants was in my CGIP. I had this professor. He was like, it was 2007, right? Financial crash and like housing crisis and stuff like that. He was like blaming, oh, it's the quants, like that's the bad stuff. They use their mathematical models to create financial disaster. I was talking to my friend. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I want to be,
And you actually became one.
But I didn't even know what it was because like at that time I wanted to be an actuarial major because I was like, oh, I like math. Let's see what I can do with math, and that's all I knew. But like through the years at Waterloo, I learned how to code. I learned about predictive statistics, and then at some point, near the end, I was like, well, all these things together, it was a good fit for to be a research quant.
Right. So what was your major in University of Waterloo?
Mathematics. Mathematics at Waterloo is very ambiguous. You can like take whatever you want.
So you took stats, Were you like a math genius? Like, did you do contests?
I mean, I did contests when I was in high school, ranked second in Quebec.
Oh wow!
What up?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Oh, I didn't care.
Yeah. There's only one competition that I ranked second. That was like my peak. But otherwise, no, I wouldn't consider myself genius in any way. It was more combination of multiple things that led to.
Got it.
Yeah, it was like computer science, stats, and some interest in finance.
So if you had to tell a high schooler, like my boy Matt Cho behind the camera, or like an early college student, they want to be a quant. They really want to be a quant. Don't even tell me if it's actually my passion or not, but I just want to be a quant.
Okay.
What do you do right now?
Computer science, stats. Do some Kaggle competitions. I think that's good.
Kaggle?
That is one thing that I discovered pretty early on, and I ranked like somewhere in the top 10 for a competition.
This is not a humble bragging interview for you. Stop saying that. You're so tall. No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
No, that was the time when it was easy.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
It was easier.
Modest.
Because now, like, there's like so many PhDs. Like, it's super competitive on Kaggle.
Can you say it's overcrowded?
Yes, that's right.
All right. So what about like interviewing at these companies? How hard is it, or like what kind of questions do they ask?
I would say it's hard, not because of the questions they ask, but because so many people want to apply. Like these days, I wonder if I apply now, whether I would get in. Yeah, it's kind of what kind of questions do they ask? Technical questions, obviously. You have to know your computer science. You have to know your statistics. I spent a whole day just going through all these questions that people compiled online.
Okay, where do you find these questions?
Like behind the
cracking the coding interview.
Yeah, cracking the code.
That's cool.
Glassdoor. There's like some quant one that people have compiled, like more statistics and like more probability questions, brain teasers. Like just go through all of them. It's like just to maximize your chances. These honestly, I don't think it's like a really good. It's not like you use this on the job, especially the brain teasers. But it kind of filters out the people who are like, I'm gonna YOLO this.
Right. Okay, so basically, hardworking people.
Yeah, it filters with some trait. Yeah.
In conclusion, from what I understand, quants, they're basically like data scientists. I feel like they're a little bit more rigorous. They use mathematical models to try to predict the markets so that they can make money for the hedge fund.
It's a good summary.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of you as a person. Because we want to know like how does one have an interest into quant. So thinking about when you were a kid, do you think you had like behaviors where it kind of indicated that you're more a technical person, a more mathematical person? Like for me,
I was So you can go first.
Oh well, for me, I think it was just like playing games that are like RTS that how you had to manage money or stuff like that, or also like building stuff in Kingdom Hearts. I remember.
Oh yeah.
That would be a very engineering trait of me.
Yeah, that was very impressive. I really enjoyed reading detective stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how that relates to quant.
Because you have to investigate data, right? I find now, like as a data scientist, it's kind of like you're kind of like a detective, but your subject is data. You have things that you want to investigate, and you have to like find ways of like answering that question through evidence, right?
I like that. I really like that analogy because it feels like in the end, the data is just data, and then all the statistical knowledge, even if you're really technical, it doesn't make you a better data scientist.
Right.
What's important is the questions you ask and how you get to those answers.
And also like being able to synthesize all the evidence that you've found and into like one coherent story, right?
Wow.
That's like a very detective thing to do, right? Because like if there's one piece of evidence that doesn't fit with the story, something's wrong.
Right.
Right.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about now. What do you do outside of work, aside from, when you actually work? What are your hobbies?
I do photography a bit these days.
Want to plug your Instagram? I mean, it's not that good. At Joma Opa.
I haven't done much in a while.
Wait, your handle's actually at David Ma?
Yeah.
Wow, so lucky.
I also have David.ma.
Yeah, you could check out his website. It's pretty plain.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Yeah.
I need some sort of designer. Contact me, DM me.
Wow, it's literally just a text.
Yeah. and it's super outdated. It says I'm a quant at 2 Sigma.
Wow, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not true anymore.
Oh, right, true. Yeah, so you're not a quant anymore. So what do you do now?
I work at a startup. We're still very small. We are building a real estate agent assistants, and we help real estate agents schedule things with prospects, manage their schedules, collect data about their performances, so that this stuff can be automated, so that they can focus on the stuff they do best, which is selling to people who come in.
Cool. You guys doing well?
Pretty well, I think. Pretty well.
Nice. On my Discord channel, I also asked them to ask you questions or us questions. How to get your little brother a girlfriend?
It's hopeless.
It's hopeless?
Yeah, it's hopeless.
Yeah. Why do you think it's hopeless? What's wrong with me? I have theories, but why do you think?
Well, I was actually kidding. He's actually tons of girls. He just doesn't tell you guys.
That's not true. It's not part of my brand. Next question. What was Joma like when he was younger?
Less confident.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that summarizes it.
The biggest difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next question. Favorite video game?
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably Smash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I hate that you're better than me.
I'm so good.
But like, it's a really good Smash Melee. Yeah.
You never took the time to learn the advanced techniques, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where you got blocked.
Yeah. I was like, trying to wave dash. I'm like.
Who is smarter, Joma or David?
I'm gonna give a serious answer to this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, serious answer. When I was a kid, I thought I was smarter.
No, I think you still are smarter.
Because as a kid, and like in the earlier stages, I thought like, like IQ tests and like math and like being clever at those kind of things meant that you were smarter. And I think I'm better than that than you at that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you are you are smart.
But I realized like after some university and like especially after that there are so many ways of being smart, and I kind of find that in general, like I find you learn things faster than me, and I think you're smarter than me.
Thank you.
What kind of music are you going to put on this?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
I think you're smarter than me.
But yeah, definitely like, thank you. First of all, it's very nice of you to say. But
it was not charity.
It wasn't charity. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but I do want to say like, yeah, definitely like quantitative wise and stuff like that, you were always like smarter. Sometimes I did feel like I was like living under your shadow in some ways, right?
Again, cue music.
Like that. Yeah, no. but yeah, like I'm glad, like hopefully someday I feel like, because you in some ways paved the way for me in terms of like my education, what I did and stuff like that. I just hope that one day I can like give back, you know.
I think you are already doing it at scale, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Cool.
You don't have a smaller, younger brother, but
right.
Yeah, you're doing what you can. I think in the end, like whenever we're successful, you should just lead the way for some other people. Nah, fuck that shit.
I'm just trying to make money on my YouTube channel. All right, so thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see some of my brother's photography, it's at David Ma.